That's Demolition Derby for Life. I'm here gonna do a double update video on what cars I'm gonna be running this weekend. This last weekend was Carver County Fair. I ran the 80s welded car. Took 4th place out of 5. What took me out is my distributor cap broke on the inside and it just would not give a spark and wouldn't fire, so that's how that goes. Also, the front end came up quite a bit, which I fixed it already, so you guys won't see how high it was. Sorry about that, guys, but I just kind of lost track of doing a video or whatever on it. I didn't even fix the car at my place. I fixed it at a different place because the place that I fixed it at had heavy equipment machinery. I have one here, but the starter's out in it, so I gotta fix that before I can actually use it again. But when I say double update video, I have 2 cars I'm gonna be running. Not actually, let me rephrase it. I've got 2 cars I'm gonna be bringing to the Hutch fair. I'm gonna be bringing the 80s welded car, which I already have fixed, just about ready to run. I'm bringing that, and I'm bringing the chain stock car, which is also ready to run. But I'm not going to be running the chain stock car. I'm actually going to be letting one of my friends that's been helping me build my cars and helping me fixing them, getting them ready to run, I'm going to let him run the car. He asked me if because he actually paid for help pay half of the car of the chain stock car. And I said, yes, you can run it. I'm perfectly fine with it just because he's been a great help and he deserves to have a little fun with it. But here you go, guys. Oops. Kind of falling all over myself. Double header. Bringing both of these cars. Just finished fixing the chain stock car, and this one is basically ready to run. All what we have to do is put or bleed the brakes, and so we have brakes again, which won't be that hard to do. Other car, the black one, pretty much ready to run. Don't think there's anything else I have to do that I can think of at the moment, so I think it should be fine. But chain stock car, back ends bent back up, all good to go. I did put I actually got the skid loader tire, this one, and I got the one that's on the other side. I got a pair for free. One of my sponsors, Hollywood Auto, they've been a great help. They had these skid loader tires sitting outside. They were basically, they were just, the one was wrecked. This one's getting chewed up a little bit itself. But they were sitting outside. I asked them if I could have them or if they were being used, and they said no, so you can take them. And these are the same rims that I had mounted on this car before. I had them take those tires off and put these on. So I don't know how well these tires are going to do. They're only 6-ply, not very, I wish they were thicker, but beggars can be choosers. But I mean, these were for free. I mean, I could double them eventually, but I'm just gonna leave them 6-plies for now. If they get a couple gashes, they pop or whatever, I will stuff them and then tube them, which they are tubed right now, so which helps. I also welded valve stem protectors. These are just junk re-rod that I had laying around, and I just welded them onto the rim, which should be fine, should hold, should do what they need to do. Back in good, all the chains are tight. Just got to do some minor stuff underneath the hood before we run it too, but the main thing is brakes, which shouldn't be too hard. Here's the other tire, and these were the reason why they were for free. You see that big gash? That's why they were for free. So I had them mount the gash on the inside on this side, and then basically should be good to go. I believe I had to mount them like one's rotating this way, the other one's rotating backwards. My buddy's gonna have a lot of fun with this, I hope. It's got a good cage in it, so he should be safe. We'll see how he does. Coming along to this car, which is basically going to be the aftermath, which not even, just because I didn't even do an aftermath. It was a very short run. Basically, I tried hitting with the back end once. I missed the guide and hit the wall. The back end came in just a little bit, not too much. So, big whoop. I'm going to try to start using this corner here. Get it to come in. Tires are all good. I did take a shot here, which is pushed in or whatever, sheet metal, whatever. Holes are starting to get a little bit bigger all the way around, so I'm not too worried. I broke my tranny. I shouldn't say I broke my tranny. I broke the mount on the bottom for the transmission. It was starting to break, so all what I'm going to do, put a ratchet strap around it and call it good. Battery's good. I got that mounted in there. Not too much. Door was about the same. Took some scrapes. Right about there is where it bent. The nose was probably right about there. So you think about there was the nose. When I bent it back down and had the fender was still up, just because of how when it bent and everything, I think it was about a foot gap in between the bottom of the fender and the top of the frame. Was about a foot gap, 1/8 to a foot gap. So that's how high the nose came up. And then we bent it all the way back down, plated it where it bent, right in here. Down in this corner, right in front of the threaded rod, it bent in there too. I added a little extra metal in there. Just put something in there. It should be fine. If it bends, it bends. This is kind of going to be a send it car. This is going to be getting out of here soon, hopefully. The fan still works. Still spins and everything freely. It did break right here. This broke apart. I just put zip ties around it and put it back together. This threaded rod right here pulled out of, or didn't pull. The bottom nut came off somehow, and that's why this fender broke so easily. I think the nut was barely on there or something, and it finally just gave away when I got hit and then it came up. Oh well, this frame is actually sitting at, or the bumper and everything is sitting at an angle just because that side's higher than this side. This side was bending down possibly, but I think if I start using the front again, I will get it to nose back up. This threaded rod was also just about to fall out, which I tightened it all back up, which it should be good to go. Radiator hoses are still good. Filled it back up with water because I did have a minor leak on the bottom hose there, which it wasn't tightened quite enough. Oh well. Steering. When I was bending the frame back down, pulled apart. I gotta double check, make sure the nut's still in there. Yeah, it's in there. I had to put a new nut in and tighten it up, so that's good to go. Also, right here, when this came up, there was not enough clearance in between here, which it wasn't hitting the firewall yet. But what happened was when the nose came up, it came up and hit the back of the wall and bent down enough. There's about that much of a gap in between the back of the D-strip and the firewall. So I said, screw it. When this comes back up, it's gonna go straight into the car. We cut this all out and then just put a bar across, or a piece of square tubing I had laying around. Just put it right across just to give it some extra strength. But this should be enough that it should keep it from or it's a big enough hole now that it shouldn't hit the D-strip anymore. But yeah, it's a nice bar all the way across. I'm gonna do this on my next car, do the same exact thing. Plus, also this window bar support thing should help keep the car from, or keep the fenders and stuff, or the firewall from collapsing in as well. Which this bar in here is going to give a lot of extra strength as well. Same thing, right on the bottom here, right in here, I think it is. Bent and was starting to tear right behind the crush box. So pounded it in, welded the tear, and then put a plate over it and called it good. Very quick fixes. Took about a couple days, not quite a couple days, but took a little while to get this thing all back straight and straight-ish. And you can see right in there, not much wheel clearance, but it's gonna be good enough for what it is. And I'm gonna send it. Gonna use up the back end first, see how far I can get, and then we'll go from there. But back end's gonna be used first. The front's kind of soft, so once the back end's used up, or I don't feel safe hitting with the back again, I'm gonna start using the front, which should work or whatever. But yeah, there you go, guys. There's kind of a double update on the cars. The aftermath of this car and the ready to run for both cars. So there you go, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.